Hello. Welcome back, my most ethical light and love crew. What are we going to call it? Angels of love and light, my star families of the like, ancestors of the like. I feel like I should be doing my necromancy work. I think we should do it. Just practice. See what comes up, okay? How do you feel about that, Spirit? Are you good with it? Let's go with the Book of Shadows Tarot. Yeah. We'll do as above? Okay. Oh, maybe a lot needs to be said. What the heck? Okay. It's about bringing love. Accentuated. What dropped in my inbox? Oh, I have the Charm of Water with me. That's excellent. Okay. So, yeah, do that because Ten of Swords inverted. There's a lot of people aching on, oh my gosh, people really want this from me. Because Ten of Swords is usually about, like, especially inverted, it's a very aching personal experience. So, it's, for figure of speech, it's like killing someone, you know? Something is, somebody that passed away is just has a really, aching effect, in someone watching here. But I just realized this is also a tarot reader and it's inverted, so people really want me to do this. Six of Wands, accentuated. Oh my gosh, and the Goddess, which is the Empress, also accentuated. And Five of Cups, accentuated. So it's about saying good. Yeah, they want me to do this, like, for sure, and it's victorious. This is not just victorious, like the Six of Wands, but this is like a slayer. This is the foreboding, that's not quite the word. The implications of death here, the Grim Reaper. But also I'm showing the way. So it's kind of like Anubis, but it's a protector that shows you the way. Yeah. Whooshu. Wait. Anyway, it's followed up by this, the Empress card. So there's going to be abundant messages here from this is not just having to say goodbye, but doing it in warrior stance, like being very definite about it. This is not so much premeditated, but more so very mindful within its delivery, within our presence and our approach. So that's excellent. What the frick? But remember the face up the card that showed itself first was the Page of Cups, which is the whole idea of this is not like a whole morbid sense. It's for anyone that has any issue with that. And if there's any greater issue, then after explaining this as a preface, then walk your way out. You always have that option, okay? But this is all within good tidings and good intent, okay? It's meant to bring happiness back to, like, reinvigorate people, okay? But I definitely did get the elemental of water right after that accentuated. So there's a natural charm like I can use that that's accentuated within these efforts. So Three of Pentacles is the last card that showed itself inverted. So this is very much my calling, my purpose, part of it anyway. And to move forward with that. So if that is the case, and since that is the case, being that my readings are accurate, and meant for a multi-purpose, like, learning tool, okay? So the details may not be the same. They may differ, of course, but they're their prime in its resourcing for growth. So, practice. Okay. Which showed itself 2 of Pentacles in reverse, and the God or the Emperor in reverse. So, this is Spirit holding ground for me. The God, you see? That's Spirit, the Emperor. Like super boss mode. But I was a little worried over here seeing things like a little bit imbalanced. But that's just what's what it looks like aesthetically speaking. But in the ethers within the like underground units, Spirit is balancing things out for me. So like things are not going to get hectic here, okay? Do not worry about it. Spirit's got us. I love it. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, Elemental of Fire. Yeah, for real. That should definitely say a lot. Spirit is helping ignite. Giving me a warm-up. Oh, that's sweet. I was craving orange today. Or at this moment. There is definitely happiness and as a side note, living life simply. I enjoy it. There's natural happiness in that. What else I was going to say? Oh, and by the way, backtracking to the previous reading, you know one benefit that I just thought of right now? Like, when you don't know, when you have to question certain relationships that are spiritual in its sense within, like, the telepathic range, within using your gifts, like it's very much private. It's like you shouldn't have to question those things, okay? So it should be elaborated to a sense of tangibility, okay? So when you find yourself having to question certain things and while noticing certain red flags, it's the thing that makes it easier to step out of it is like, well, I don't need to really think about that facet anymore. There's nothing like ping-ponging my attention in several directions because of one big question that is positioned to remain as a question. So it's just like I'm hearing easy come, easy go. You know what I mean? So if I had to question validation of it, then, and I'm still within that realm, like, it makes it so much easier. I don't need to put any more effort into, or even desire into, an area that kept me in limbo. Yeah. So, anyway. There are things that you can learn from players. Player energy, anyway. And not all of them are unethical. Like myself. I'm pretty good. I play the game well. Yeah, this is the circle in reverse. Okay. This is the hangman in reverse. So, being, there's a certain awareness within the gathering. Dungeons and Dragons. What is it? Magic the Gathering? Definitely. Okay. So, now with that awareness, it also supplements other facets of our lives, which you know, like Lauryn Hill says, everything is everything. And so when we're looking at that learning resource, we can apply it to this whole realm of channeling, necromancy as well. So it positions us within a realm of greater clarity. So I appreciate that. Okay. Necromancy. What kind of question should I ask? Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Group number 1. We'll choose... Okay. This wand. It's Septarian. Group number 1. Group number 2. This is black tourmaline with some mica. Okay. It's starting to get late, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Group 1 and Group 2. This is practice. No pressure. And I ate all of my orange. So, Group 1. What question are we going to ask? What are... Speaking of red flags, what red flags should we be aware of at this time? Okay? We're asking this. We're calling upon our most successful passed on loved ones. And this could be success in an array. So this is just calling upon the most agile, aware, alert, and down-to-earth contexts that we have that have passed away. Okay? From both piles, that's what we're going to do. But Group 1, Pile 1, the Septarian. Okay? What are the red flags that we need to be aware of at this time? Oh, that's quite a few, but okay. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Moon card in reverse, in bulk. Beltane, the Lover's card in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. And Judgment or Initiation, 20. Okay. So this is what the cards look like. Okay. Let's do a slideshow. Let's do a slideshow. Let's do a slideshow. Okay. So, oh wait, in bulk. No, that's, that's the Star card in reverse, not the Moon card, silly. Okay, so red flags are not always, like, bad, okay? These are just, these are kind of like red ribbons, like, undone, that are kind of, like, twirling in the sky, okay? Just kind of like that, celebratory, okay? So the red flags that we have, okay, here, one of them, is that Jesus is always with us underground, for sure. Ensuring that we are, like, kind of chaperoning, you know, when there's, like, kind of a party down under, in whatever capacity, that things don't get out of hand, kind of keeping the peace. Like, so Jesus Christ is basically policing the avenues that we pass through. Because we're like an underground celebrity, for sure. You see that? Kind of undercover, like Princess Jasmine. Okay? And so we're highly abundant. Like, these are things that we should just know and carry in pockets, you're saying. Well, our our contacts, our spirit through our passed on loved ones that are just super abundant and highly successful. So just to know that we carry the same energies. Yeah. Like, we're the ones closest to their energy. And so they are so willing to help kind of nudge us through. Yeah. There's also a little bit of like a red flag, like a kind of an alert, kind of a warning. That with the Nine of Pentacles, like with people seeing that they can somehow humble us, even though we carry great power. And because this is something that came up in the previous reading, where like something about like we can knock them down with, this is in the Bananagrams portion, that we can knock them down like into a catatonic state. When I saw something about like sofa with I forget what it was, but I said I wasn't going to put it there because I don't want to do that unless I have to, unless I need to. But after I deconstructed that, I saw the lettering for soft. So people think that they can kind of walk all over us and take our kindness for granted. And because of that, we may encounter certain characters, male or female, whatever, however they identify themselves, certain characters in our lives. It doesn't, and it's not limited to romantic, but also like within the business range, or even platonic range, that there's a possible, how do I say it? Well, there's an ability for interdependence within this. There's also the possible trap of codependence. That now we might not necessarily build upon that energy, because there's no cards here indicating that really, unless we surround ourselves within that avenue and our life becomes singular within that mode. Like it's kind of like, on both sides of us, in reversal. But with Jesus right behind it, like for sure, like but we don't want to take that for granted, Jesus' presence. So, we're smarter than that. Jesus is saying, like, Jesus is just backup, ensuring like a good ambiance. So to make the most out of it, it's just saying that we also have to be aware of others being codependent on our energy. And that's the biggest red flag of all on here. So when we're reading energy and reading other people, to take that into consideration, because that may, you may lose the context of the terms of the relationship that you have with others, even I'm hearing on a business level, a partnership level, because your energy is so great. So consider yourself an asset, indispensable, must have, needed. But at the same time, because of its strength, to further fortify its respectability and integrity, to look beyond what's face value and to be aware of the possible pitfalls of others being codependent on our energy. Because as mentors, as great role models, we have to hold ourselves accountable and vet ourselves within our environment, the context to that, our applications to that. So it's just important to see energy for what it is, and that's what they want to say. Holy smokes, I did not expect that kind of a reading, but okay. And Septarian actually is a triad of 3 different stones. There's limestone, aragonite, and I think yellow or golden calcite here. And from what I recall, this is also great for leaders, decision making, to further amplify our decisiveness, not just within like, oh, I'm like one and done. This is looking at several angles, because there's 3 different elements here coexisting, and this is usually used within the form of like a dragon egg. So this is really great for in use when considering like new startups, let's say, because of that whole dragon egg symbology, and the decision making needed, like that level of thinking and being, that kind of lifestyle to new starts, a birthing process in which we're not as familiar with. Not as familiar with that applies to some, not all, okay? Because some are kind of repeats here on their generating of business. I feel like I want some chocolate. I decided an orange and then chocolate, and then I went downstairs and I went to water the grass, or what? No, not, I don't have grass, but water the plants and check on a few things, and then I almost forgot to have my orange and chocolate, and I didn't before I went up, so. So freaking good. Oh, let's do the spark magic thingy. Are you here? Over here. Okay. What do they want for pile 1? One action item. This one. Write a positive affirmation to help yourself with a challenge. Okay. And, yeah, you know what? They're saying you can channel yourself. when it comes to, like, the similarities between the passed on loved ones, having high success rates, that their energy is also with you. So even when you're like, especially when you're at your chill mode, having the most clarity there, when you draw up a positive affirmation, just like, okay, this is all just marketing, you know, where you think of a problem and you find out ways in which to solve it to benefit, you know, both parties within like, it's just like kind of just mending a situation, right? A perceived problem. So you have to, you know your weaknesses, and instead of like going at the angle of why is it so, they are saying for us, that it would be even more beneficial and more effective to think of ways to motivate yourself, like to amplify, like pat yourself on the back, a positive affirmation to just build yourself up that you can do this, rather than going at the angle of like, why is this wrong? Like, why is there something wrong with me? Go at the angle of like, how can we make this right? What are my strengths that can help overcome this challenge? That is so sweet. For real. That is very good. All right, so let's go ahead and give him an amen and hallelujah and thank you, or whatever reading that is to say. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So group number 2. Oh, wait. Let's go ahead and do the Bananagrams for them real quick, because they kind of like, they're here, they're alive, and I don't really want to dismiss them so early, because that was a really great, I could see how that applies to me. So for group 1, Septarian, finishing out cycles, okay? And sometimes, like, how do I say it? It's also being more vocal, but as well as keeping one eye open, like being aware of your surroundings at all times. And if you have to take rest, make sure that it's in a safe place. That if you're going to find comfort, make sure that it's in the right circles, okay? Speaking of what I just previously talked about. E-I-A-N. So we have E in here also. 1. Yeah, okay. A-E-D. And somebody that knows how to do like the AED, like the defibrillator. Defibrillator. Holy smokes. Okay. I also see Diana, Adia, Odin, O'Day, something like that. Okay, anyway. T-W-H, I see White, Wayne. Okay, anyway. Head, something about, so there have been some injuries here, like somebody, they didn't get to the, like, they didn't bring the AED, or like the defibrillator on time for this passed on loved one. Another passed on loved one, there's like a huge strike to the head, like a huge blow to the head, like almost like cracking the skull. Anyway, okay, E-R-T-S, right. Some of them are writers. Wheaton, somebody's last name. I'm seeing Diane Wheaton. Here, some of you have clairaudience and should work with that more. Hearsay, and to X out, to get more clarity on that, to develop that, to not get so caught up in hearsay, like the gossip, the noise, all of that goes a long way. That's like spell work, that's bullshit, that's what they're saying. Okay. U-X-E-H, yeah, some of you like some of us are being hexed with like hearsay, like the gossip, the slander that goes through. And a lot of like the commoners, like the people who don't practice, or like regular, don't realize what kind of damage they're doing. So in your practice and warding off and dealing with those energies, to be very careful, like just mindful anyway of those who do not know the damage that they're doing. So within our practice to use forgiveness as the initiating like solve, you know, in mending like any aggression thrown our way, but as to deepen the effects, like the forgiveness should be at like the core level, like the primary substance, but then also to fortify that, to ensure that within our intentions, that when we send back the energy or whatever practice that we do, that we make sure that they learn their lesson according to the divine plan. And if any means need to be expedited within those learnings, to ensure that they understand how their hand was, like how their gestures motioned towards that lesson, okay? So they know their part in it, okay? And that it's taught within a severity that they will learn it, not by repetition, but by the potency of it being a memorable experience that is very private within, so to amplify the digestion of the material provided, okay? I am. And of course, using the I am statements, but you know, I am. Okay. I see heresy here, but I think some people have not practiced or do not want to practice because they think it's like heresy. I don't even 100% know what that definition means. I just know that it's for people who have hate and doubt mixed with doubt. So their pointer finger goes a long way for them, but it really doesn't. That's what they're saying. Hold on a second. I'm seeing Mexico here, even though I don't see C. Okay. Okay. I see Thurston. Oh, some of them are very, very rich, like Thurston Howell the Third, or Mrs. Howell. Okay. I see threes. T-H-R-E-E-S. Trey. So in French, someone like has some kind of French affiliation here. Exist. We are. So also using collaborative statements and positive affirmations. So if you are already a leader or a role model, to use we are, like understanding that the challenge, like the upgrade in this is looking at challenges like with your followers, also how that kind of like is a common ground to your own, and using we are statements, especially if you're a lyricist, a writer, a poet, an author, or whatever, some kind of composer, to integrate that into your practice, kind of like the huddle, like go, you know, that kind of thing. Like, oh, there is no competition because we are the best. Yep. Yes. That's funny. Okay. That was so unexpected. Okay. I see street. I don't know why. Streetcar Named Desire. I don't know what that is. I know that's a movie. Wheat. So that's something that we should also, you know, some people who are like gluten free. I don't even know what like to say about that, but like grains, to still integrate grains in your diet somehow. Sunflower seeds. Is that gluten free? I don't know. Strunk. Oh, somebody's like in love. I don't see a K here, But I know there's STRUN. Okay, yeah, for sure. Somebody is, that's by Antwoord. So somebody's in love, but like a mellow kind of intoxicated love. Shirt. Some people are very conservative and they're like, oh, wear a shirt, Tina. I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting that. That's like one person, 1.5 people are saying that. I don't know, but if you don't like it, just visually, just it's summer. It's hot. I don't need to explain myself. I don't know what to say. Some of you are in HR, because I'm seeing SHRM, some kind of abbreviation for that. Something like that, yeah. Shares. Oh no, it's share. Yeah, I feel like share is important here. Shared goals. I feel like something is, it's a shared experience. So definitely you are leaders, or we are leaders. And, I'm also seeing warehouse. Yeah, warehouse. Oh my goodness. My ex-boss is here. Okay. Anyway, shared. And then, yeah, definitely, I see Whitman. Whom? To whom? I also see Titans. So I think Titans, I think that's like a mascot for certain schools. And some of you might like Teen Titans, the cartoon, like Batman, Robin, like all of those characters. Mm-hmm. Red. Some people have like struggled with meth for sure. I feel like that's methamphetamines. Is that speed? Yeah. So I had a reading a long time ago when I just used to do like just load to YouTube, and there was something about Cookie Monster, and I'll go ahead and link it. And basically, it was just saying how I could totally understand, like, if anybody could understand what addictions are like, it's Cookie Monster. Like, to have to handle that. Your mind constantly circling around a certain subject that brings you, like, a certain realm of, like, escape, almost. And, but they're also saying that there's a method to the madness, so that that kind of intensity can be better researched elsewhere. So, so when we're looking at meth and an OD, you have the option to live your experience under the diagnosis of and the result of addictions from meth, like overdosing, or you can say, hey, there's a method to this madness and apply it accordingly to your best interest. I see, let me see here. Butane? Yeah, for sure. Octane. But there's no C here, and there's no B here, but, methane? What the frick is going on here? Holy smokes. Some people have been suicidal because methane gas, I think, is used to kind of suffocate yourself, like kind of take away the... What? Shit. What the frick? I don't... What? This is very intense. But it's also to be aware of, let's say, your fire alarms or whatever. Make sure that they are able to detect certain gases that may be leaking, because dark energies may try to invade your home through many other facets, including that. Who am I talking to here? Holy smokes. And if that should happen, to let me know if that happens, and then I'll divine another way, like I'll divine a way to kind of work with that energy or kind of ward it, okay? Wreath. Yeah, so something about celebration too. Yeah, I'm also seeing Thoth or Thoth. Thoth. Ooh, you have Egyptian... We have Egyptian ties. I already knew that, but like... yeah. I love that. Okay, instead of using method... Oh gosh, I really feel like that's... Because... within the role of leadership, especially within these times, they're very trying. So we really have to keep that in mind, that when things go hectic, thank God we're in a position of where we have the ability to take ownership. And whether others recognize, or regardless of the head count that recognizes that, surface level or underground, that we need to remind ourselves that we are... we have the advantage within our positioning to make the most out of it. Okay, so just know that behind the scenes also we have Thoth, who is also a scribe, I believe. Yeah, I feel like it. So this is saying that you're an initiate. Water, to also again work with the water element, continue, and hydrate, of course, obviously. I think with such potent energy, we already know that there's a method to the madness, and we don't need to be reminded of its constant affiliation that has the initial factor to ground us, can also like weighing on our mind that what brought us to this state of like understanding addictions, like not to have that constancy of what that word of like that trigger word I guess work as an obstacle because of its other attached feelings to it. You know what I mean? Like, it serves its purpose, but like to, within this magic of semantics, to also, like, I can kind of remove that right now, because we already understand that, like, it's embedded in our energy. So instead, I'm going to put wreath as a celebration, because I feel like that is more more fitting with a shared energy and the Lovers card in reverse. Yeah, like it's finishing cycles again, so I feel like that's important. It's important. I'm seeing metronome too. And something about passed on energies, like that we said goodbye to make sure that we don't roll the die in it, and like we just have to exit it. Like there's no other compromising on that. The decision to let them back into our lives is a clear no. Okay. I'm seeing miter, like a miter saw. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I see examine. Yeah, for sure. So examine also this like wreath to when we're assembling something celebratory and representative of an entryway. There's something about the magic of intention within its assembly. So it's a practice, whether or not you see yourselves as creative, to put together a wreath. And if you consider yourself like a guy or whatever, then put like a wreath together. Let's say, okay, you know those metal plates, magnetic plates that like suck everything? So basically, like you can do something with that, like methodically put nails or whatever, screws or whatever into that, like the odds and ends of that so make yourself a freaking wreath, okay? Be creative with whatever, okay? And have that within your most visited portals, like, you know, like a horseshoe at the top of a doorway. Same shit, do that, okay? For your sacred space that you consider a portal, yes, that shall be your wreath. Okay, so I have UOTI left. Audi. Some of you have Audi belly buttons. I think that's a rarity. But some of you also may drive Audis. I don't know why that's important for me to say, but okay. Some of you might have like voodoo background. So, because like I have something OITU that's like something like that. OUI. I out. Somebody's out. So I think the whole voodoo thing like just scares some people. Somebody says they're out, or yes. Yeah, they're saying yes to me. Thou. Wreath thou. Where art thou? You. I don't know all about that. So definitely some poets, some like writers here. Definitely some like writers that they ace like nostalgia, something like that. Like they have a good historic background. They might even also have understanding of costume design, like historically speaking. I don't know why I'm getting that, but for sure, that's what they're saying, which is that falls into the umbrella of creating a scene and ambiance that is very real. Yes, something like that. Okay. Oust. Okay, so not everything is shared. Some energies we're just gonna have to oust 100%. Yeah, like even they might not always like wish ill will with us, but like I said, we have to, like they said, we have to remain cognizant of other energies that might be ID what is shared, especially towards the very end. Yeah, I have to do that because of others being codependent on our energies. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you here just a second. Okay, that's what that looks like right there. Okay, right there. Okay, let me see if I can just take a quick picture without things like rolling like crazy. Okay. All right. So that was great. I love that. Okay. Next up. Okay. So group 2, pile 2. What are the red flags that we must be aware of at this time? Okay. From our passed on loved ones that are highly successful. Again, using that same intention, that same premise. Okay, again, a chunk. Okay. Oh my goodness, the Devil card, the High Priestess card, and the Moon card. Holy smokes. This is insane. You know what this is saying? It's saying that we are highly intelligent beings. Like super duper. Like we have a wisdom that is unmatched, unparalleled. I mean, I know that primarily they're saying that for me. Because like, again, card reading, holy freaking smokes. They're definitely saying this to me. With the moon card right behind the High Priestess, it's like, eclipse or not, it's full moon time, and I have immediate access to that. This is saying that we often are not just a devil's advocate, but the devil is an advocate for us, for what we bring to surface, bring to light within the dimly lit, and to those that are dimly lit. Again, the Death card right here, that's you see the Grim Reaper there. That's freaking crazy. They're definitely saying this for me. Definitely. Like, I can go aggro on this, like, with so much information. But this is digging deep. This is not just the underground, but this is the underworld. This is, like, I have seating reservations for 2. You know, like, this is a welcoming at any time because of the ability to balance, even within its eclipse state. There's a yin-yang energy right there. So as above, so below, to its very depths and greatest heights, and all that is in between. And I think the Navajo is the expression within their weaving of there was some earrings that I got, blessings that are not just above and down to the below, but also all that's encased in between. And that's very interesting. So it's full immersion like feeling the absolute feels of it. This is not just kneeling in water, like the surrender of it, the reverence for it, but the immersion of it, knee deep. What is that song? Knee deep. It's kind of like an old school funk song. Something like deep. I forget the words of it, but maybe I'll get it later. So our most successful, like, passed on loved ones. This set is saying, what is it? La-Da-Da-Di-Da-Da-Da-Da. It's no use. What is it? I think that's a song. Flashlight. I think so. But here, she's kneeling right here in the moon card. Oftentimes we see the moon card as also half immersion, like almost like baptismal within the personal sacrifice, the personal choice. Of the initiate. This is insane. I've never had the cards like this before. Within this trio, this is all major arcana. And this is like being able to reach the depths of the unknown. So if you are artists, if you are celebrities, this is a characterization of those that can pull energies from the darkest and kind of manifest that. The visualizations, the schematic on the surface for others to kind of be more in touch with their now presence. So this is like kind of like Tim Burton. What else? I don't know, like Marilyn Manson, Edgar Allan Poe. It's kind of, there's a certain depth to it, but by definitely understanding what the darkness is like, and being unafraid of it, like feeling like you're personally backed by that understanding that not many have, like the stomach for, basically. That's interesting. Okay. Anything else that you want to say to that? Because those are, okay. Oh my gosh, it's the Justice card. It came in accentuated. 11. Definitely. I don't know what else to say about that, but it is definitely, like, some of you can also, you don't, some of you are aware of it, some of you are not, but you are getting messages from the deep down under as well. Yeah. Like, I'm also getting, like, Stephen King, Stanley Kubrick, that kind of, that kind of realm. And this is also our energy. And so it's red flags as far as being very aware of what our ins, especially our outs, are. And just knowing that for them to tell me this, that's 4 major arcana, a triple, and then justice. We can do a lot of great things with that energy. So, and this is speaking for those that are kind of struggling with that and are still just kind of toying, meddling with that. They want you, like, that's a big red flag to know your purpose and the accessibility of it. Yeah, because there's great realms of alchemy here. That those that were stuck within our predecessors, like black tar, like Lumbria tar pits, you know, the elephant, the wisdom, you know, all of that, like being stuck within that, and then dying out, that we have a great access point. This is the leadership finger, okay? So we can also practice mudras with within that realm of well, I know I can. I'll say it, I'll speak it for myself, but necromancy with downloading that wisdom to help others as well as ourselves get ourselves out of being stuck. A dying age. I'm hearing static age. Yeah, from the Misfits. So the bottom of the deck is the World card in reverse. Yeah, finishing up cycles. What's behind that? Oh yeah, so we can start off this new journey here. So they want to definitely emphasize that portion. Middle of the deck is, oh, we got all of the elements gifted to us. All in. Top of the deck. Oh, 10 of Wands. So there's other forces in play that it's not just like those that have like from the deep down under, but this is celestial speaking. There's a lot of communications, like a shit ton of communications happening, interconnectivity, and a huge neighborhood of those that kind of like shine the light for each other, irregardless of who's who. And that's, I think, the most important thing that they want me to convey here. So let's get a spark magic for group 2 pile 2. And this is wonderful because here the black tourmaline with Mica. This is great for keeping within your most positive state. This was the first kind of stone that I worked with to test within my abilities, like when I just first got introduced to spirituality. And I could not think of like a negative thing. I couldn't. It was so something that you should also work with. I forget what Mica is in its meaning, but there's definitely a mirror substance to it. It mimics water, so there's a reflective form in also what we think about ourselves that is it's kind of veined through this. That I think that portion where it starts from within is this is something that is suggested that we work with. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what do we have for the spark magic for group 2, pile 2? Take a walk and be open to meaningful encounters. Okay. So, knowing that we have great wisdom and this accessibility, they're also telling us that it's because, like, some people may, how do I say it? There are others that are bound to come onto our path that need what the experience of what we have to offer, not just like, and this is definitely within its sober state. Okay, so yeah, that's what they're saying. Because I think a lot of us have come across a lot of like yuck energy, but sometimes, a lot of the times, the yuck energy has come to teach us that there is wonderful things, like definitely wonderful things to come of it. Like the part of the reason why I'm so powerful and accurate in my channelings is because I've encountered such such characters. Alright, so what do they want for us? L. So it's being able to take the losses because that clears the area for the reward of the wins. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like a psych to say that we lost out, because that honestly makes room. It's justice. It makes room for the good rewards, like the best to come. Okay. E-O-R, lore, L. I'm seeing L'Oreal, but there's no A here. I-O-F-M-E, so from, Lori, I'm seeing for real, mole, room, feel, loom. So some of you might also do some kind of weaving, pattern making, or your passed on loved one used to do that. Oh, they're also saying that if they did, to to have something like that they worked on, like the looming thing. If it's an unfinished project, help them finish it in your own way or whatever. If you don't feel comfortable with that, or if it is finished, to put it up on your altar, a meaningful space for you. That's, like they say, like a little goes a long way, especially with the time and inputs that they have. Like, something about that. Okay. I-D, even if it's patchwork. N-T-I-V-A-P-A-U-A. Pua. Line. Vile. Devil. Seriously, what? Tina. TV. Diner. I'm seeing Pavlov, but there's only one V. Vein, like a weather vane. So we have certain radar for feeling out energies. Role. Oh, yeah, definitely. Role models. Well, you can see role models here. Oh my gosh, what the freak, okay. And then I'm hearing Eminem, like something role models. But I know that it's not... The message in that is not very... like, there's only so much that we can do. So as far as taking responsibility, people should be taking responsibility for themselves. I think that's the main thing of the song. Vitals. Yeah, it's also... Yeah, but definitely, if you're in a position to be seen, to definitely just also just know that holds a lot of power. And that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. No. These are our most successful, like, within many realms, so... Personal assistant, what is a PA? You know, the... Fe for iron. As far as alchemy, work with iron, and maybe also start using like kind of cast iron pounds. That's what they said. FAO. Oh, far, a long, long way to run. So, they're also saying, that if there's any realm of escapism that, like, far, a long, long way to run, like, you can keep running, but you can't hide, is what they're saying. It's almost like a leaf that has fallen. Oh my god, let me show you. Like a leaf that has fallen. You see? Like ping-ponging, kind of. It's, they're saying what needs to be let go of needs to be let go of. So, to be strong in that, rather than run away from it. Now these are kind of like afterthoughts, because we're so strong, like for the devil to also be our advocate, like to have that kind of alliance is like a lot of people don't understand, but that's the reason why, in fearing that they are unable to wield that power responsibly. So we are the closest ones that can do that. I also see open, yeah. Roll is definitely kind of it's open to those who are willing. Not just willing, though. Like, had strong will. Like, we're meant to be kind of open doors. Like, we're open doors. Yeah, we're meant to open doors. Yeah. Okay. I also see oven. And I have 2 A's, a U, and 2 I's left. PI, so we're gonna have to do some like private investigation, as well as I think that's something that we already do naturally, though. I mean, we do it in our different ways. Like, there's something also. Again, the PA. Something that's like announced over like a broadcasting system. So some of you might like do voiceovers or what do you call it? Or announcers, like, let's get ready to rumble. That kind of thing. There's something that's kind of, or like public speakers. Like announcers, public speakers. There's something within something there, okay? 2 I's and a U. Something about something's not applicable. There's some that are just deemed as not applicable to these energies. Like, when it said that, you have to have the will for it. There's some that are just, there's something within their setup or something that makes them not applicable to being within this energy. Like they can't. There's something there. Some are veterans. Yeah, like decorated veterans. VA, vital. Yeah, it was like their life. AO, authorizing officer. Yeah, some, like a lieutenant or general, something like that. Something about that. Anyway, they're happy with the messages that I gave because we have 2 eyes and a U, and that makes like a big happy face. So let me just show you what that looks like. Okay. So we got the messages here. Excuse me. Okay, so those are those messages. Oopsie, let's gotta put this right over here. Okay, so hopefully that helped. Thank you very much. Let me put this here. Okay. I'm gonna get a final card for me. What do they want to tell me? From both groups. Okay. 7 of Pentacles. And 9, the Hermit, or the Path. So they're saying to be patient, because it looks ethereal, like very much underneath the water, very much within the intuitive bodies. That there's happiness, danger, as well as protection, and a community here to also keep in mind. So to be patient, sometimes like, yeah, and there's like rays coming down. Do you see that? From one direction. So this is going through the dark night of the soul, but within the intuitive bodies. Like this is very much like a cave within the depths of, like, down below. So this is also reaching within the subconscious level of passed on loved ones. Some that are in limbo that were highly successful here. This is all like in different walks of life. So some that are like kind of hung up in limbo, almost like lost souls, but they were successful in the 3D realm. And then there's some that are 10% battery. Some that are successful also within beyond the veil. But they're saying to me, master number 79 or 97, or not master number, but angel number. Maybe something for me to look at. But the way will always be shown in and out of the forest, so I don't have to worry about that, because any danger that lurks is kind of still like subservient to those that I dreamed about. Like the ones that appeared several times in my dreams